Trevor Lawrence, 1. Zach Wilson, 2. Just on the eyeball test. It's selective, right? I'm not watching the whole games and everything, but from what I've seen from Zach Wilson, Mahomes, Rodgers, and Justin Herbert, to me, are the only guys I've seen with that kind of arm talent in the league. There's the eyeball test. Justin Fields, 3. And if he slides, the Bears, not a team like the Bears, the Chicago Bears would be nuts not to jump up and grab him. Trey Lance, 4. He's probably the farthest away from being a starter, but he has all the tools, and people love his processor, right? And then Mac Jones, 5th, who, as I said earlier in the show, guys, people talk about how he processes information, and that's the reason they like him so much, and that may be true. But he better be a Talmudic scholar. You know, he better be a clerk for a Supreme Court justice in terms of the way he processes information, because the way they're talking about that to justify a higher pick, okay, I'm with it. He better be amazing at it because he lacks the physical attributes of the other 4 guys.
Look, y'all, when we talk about ranking the top 5 quarterbacks, of course Trevor Lawrence is number 1. I'm going to put Justin Fields at number 2. Zach Wilson, I guess we can't ignore what we're seeing. I'm thinking about Mac Jones because he played in the SEC and went against stiff elite competition, and he's the reigning national champion quarterback. Okay, and Trey Lance at North Dakota State. I just look at it from the standpoint, I can't ignore what I saw from Justin Fields. I can't ignore what I saw him do against Trevor Lawrence and Clemson in a national semifinal playoff game. I can't ignore what I saw him do throughout the season with stiff competition. Resumes matter to me, as y'all well know. And you know what, when we're wondering about Trey Lance because of the level of competition, we're wondering about Zach Wilson because of the level of competition. There's nothing to wonder about when it comes to Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. And obviously, if you're going to look at Zach Wilson, I got to listen to my man Steve Young and what he's had to say about this kid there. And you want to put, but I still might switch it. I still might switch by putting Mac Jones at 3.
Because we want to make sure we have time for Ryan's list, and then we can look at the discrepancies.
I'm done with my list. I'm done.
RC, let's go.
Yeah, I get through it real quick. Yeah, obviously Trevor Lawrence is a no-brainer. He's the number 1 guy. I have Justin Fields at 2, Zach Wilson at 3. I'm going Trey Lance at 4 and Mac Jones at 5. And this is kind of the way I started the offseason with it. And after going through my film study and listening to a lot of things people have had to say about them personally, I still feel this way.
Okay. So you guys both have Wilson. I took notes as quickly as I could. Stephen A. and Ryan, you guys both have Fields 2nd, correct? And Max,
yes.
you have you have Wilson higher. Why?
It's just the eyeball test. I mean, I see in Zach Wilson, at first I was like, oh, come on. They're trying to jump a dude over Justin Fields. Get out of here. But the more I saw Zach Wilson, the more I thought, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. It's just an impression you get from watching a guy throw. Like we were talking about Matthew Stafford earlier in the show,
but
guys.
Max, what about what we talked about earlier, the competition, actually watch, the teams he's going against, watching the full games versus a highlight reel. Do you really think you can trust YouTube clips here?
Yeah. No, I don't know if I can. I'm just telling you my reaction to it. It's legit. Stephen A., I respect your list because what Stephen A.'s list shows, you're a big resume guy. And you're saying, like, that's why you have Mac Jones over Trey Lance. You've seen him do it against top competition. That's totally legit. I'm just saying sometimes, not all the time, sometimes I put my eyes on a guy and go, okay, I seen it. Zach Wilson's got it. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. The fact that you feel that way about it, I'm even more sure Justin Fields would be number 2.
RC, you got any final thoughts here?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is this. When you look at Zach Wilson, he does have some Aaron Rodgers-like tendencies. He has some of those things Patrick Mahomes has. He's also the worst of all these guys against pressure. He was also pressured the least of all these guys in the last year. The competition was the least as well. And I do think Zach Wilson has that upside. He has that flair. He has the guts to make those throws. But we're going to have to wait and see because the Jets aren't going to be better than everybody they play next year. So we're going to have to see Zach Wilson overcome some things. And I think when you look at the Trey Lance ascension and even talking about him today, maybe going number 3 to San Francisco, it's about how well he's interviewed, how well he's shown he could process and how well he's shown he can learn and lead. And I think those are huge things when we're talking about a guy who's been compared to people like Josh Allen as far as his physical tools when it comes to playing the quarterback position.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.